Okay, so Dix is inching closer minute by minute. And I know I did that video yesterday, which seemed kind of like maybe a preview, but I don't really know if I made any picks. I was like, that was pretty wank. I was just kind of laying out like what they might play. I don't know, anybody could fucking do that, man. You got to put your ass on the line and make some official picks. I mean, there's 4 nights. I mean, I could pick 10 songs. I would hope I would go 10 for 10. But with this band, you really never know. Obviously, I think Free, Go, Sand, Theme from the Bottom, Down with Disease, like the songs, the five big ones from this summer, five, might as well add another five, make it 555 for that ass. Get the, so those are going to be in there. Then you get Theme and Taste from the Bottom. Theme from the Bottom and Taste, no, while they weren't overplayed this summer they were, the ones we did get were very, very good. I think if we all felt that and heard that, I think maybe the band's like, yeah, man, we're kind of feeling Taste right now and Theme. And maybe if they wanted to do something a little extra special because it is Dick's and they just don't want these to be 4 just kind of like normal shows, they could maybe bring back John Fishman's The Fog That Surrounds, still making an awesome taste, but with just a little tweak. Is it a tweak or a twerk? I think it's a tweak, a little tweak. Twerk. I just twerked. I just twerked while sitting. It's impressive. And then, I think with the 4th night, we might get a YEM. Like I said, there's only been, like I said yesterday, only been played twice at Dick's. That's kind of surprising, Maybe it's because I mentioned they blow it out at the end of the summer and they're like, yeah, we don't want to play it again at Dick's. But with the 4th night, I think that does leave room for YEM. And out of all the missing songs, I listed 5 songs that were suspiciously missing this summer. And somebody commented with a whole nother list of songs. Some expected, some not. Like, I think McGrupp is another song I keep hearing. But boy, I just don't feel like McGrupp is, I just feel like McGrupp, while it's probably not shelved forever, I just don't know if that's one that's even at this point, with all the new songs, I don't know about it. I'm not feeling good about McGrupp really ever. I mean, again, at some point they will play it, but I don't know. I feel stronger about like Sin of a Mule and Fee. So on Poor Heart even. I don't know why I get caught up on this Poor Heart thing. It's not like that's a great song that we're all demanding to hear. Perhaps some of us are. And then, what songs will be like, this might be the final hurrah for some songs. There was the year where they like played Friday to death and then The Line was played to death. And then those songs kind of luckily seem to be gone forever. Maybe Joy seems to be finally taking a permanent back seat. And I don't know if any of the songs off of Sigma Oasis or any of the Ghosts of the Forest, I don't know. I feel like maybe I don't know. I feel like the songs that they're playing from Sigma may just stick around. And the Sci-Fi Soldiers, we'll see. Doesn't seem like they're going too deep with that. The Howling, that seems like that's probably going to be the one. Like how Martian Monster kind of seemed to be the one from Chilling Thrilling that stuck around and got multiple plays. And now just like all that stuff seems to be kind of backburnered. I don't know. So as they continue to write new music, more songs are going to be pushed off. And sadly, I feel like McGrupp is a song that I have heard, not just the guy yesterday that commented, but throughout the whole summer. McGrupp is a song, along with Fee. I said Fee probably came up the most. Sin of a Mule came up the most with me. But then McGrupp, also mentioned by a lot of fans, a lot of McGrupp fans out there. They want to hear it, and sadly, I just am not buying it. I don't think it's going to happen, man. If I were a betting man, I would bet against McGrupp. Odds not looking good. But if you're a Fee guy or gal, Mule, there's no Mule gals. There's one Mule gal. Mostly mules. I don't know. Who likes Mule? Men or women? Both. All right, so that about does it for my final thoughts on Dick's. Now, in this same video, if you're a Phish fan, you can leave. I'm going to cram in a Browns preview. Got like 7 Browns fans that have been hounding me. And I'm going to talk about Ohio State and Notre Dame for all of my Catholic Notre Dame fans. All right, guys, boom. We'll see you a couple days. Should I pause it or stop it? And we'll see. I'll pause it. Okay, so the Browns 53-man roster is here. And I got some questions beyond just quarterback. Now, obviously, like almost every season, quarterback, the Browns, it's kind of like a thing, But I'm not so, I'm happier with Jacoby Brissett than last season and injured Baker Mayfield. But if something happens to Jacoby and he gets injured, we got some problems. But hopefully Jacoby, and that's pretty much the case with every position. Like there's a couple of positions. Running back, I suppose they're a little deep. Even the defensive line seeming to get deeper. Cornerback and safety, I feel good about. But linebacker, they need Fields, Phillips, Taki, Walker, Koromoa. They need all those guys to stick, especially Walker, Koromoa, Phillips. And Taki kind of needs to really step up and improve this year. Or else, if they have even one injury at linebacker, and if Taki is just kind of leveled off and we've already seen his peak, they're going to have trouble at linebacker. And they seem a little bit undersized again at linebacker, I guess, with the Lamar Jackson in the division. And the NFL just being more of a passing league now. It's just like even the AFC North is not just the running game that it used to be. So they can probably get away with the smaller linebackers, but we'll see. They should be faster, you would hope. And like I said, I think a lot of that is to contain Lamar Jackson. Tight ends are different than they used to be. And tight end's another position. I feel good about Njoku and Harrison Bryant. Maybe they can make up for the position that I don't feel great about as wide receiver. Once again, 7 out of the last 10 seasons going into it, wide receiver was a question. Now, maybe Bell, the rookie, he can really surprise and have a strong rookie year. Amari Cooper, I'll take a wait and see. I feel like he definitely has it in him to be a strong number one. And maybe his first season with a new team. I feel like when he first arrived in Dallas, he really kind of showed out a little bit after tailing off a little bit with the Raiders. And then Peoples-Jones, maybe if he could stay healthy and kick it up yet another notch. Did average like 17.5 yards a catch last year. He is a surprising deep threat. But outside of those three, it sounds like Schwartz just really isn't happening. They got Felton, who's both running back and wide receiver. Unfortunately, Jakeem Grant, who they brought in to be the return man, which has been lacking the last couple of seasons. He's not going to be there. He's out for the season. Not that he was going to make much of an impact at wide receiver, but now comes to special teams, returns. They just, once again, they're still not going to really have anybody. Maybe since like Josh Cribbs and Travis Benjamin. It's no exaggeration. That's how far you got to go back to where they had a really reliable week in and week out kick returner, I think. And hopefully Greedy can stay healthy this year. Finally get a full season out of him, see what he's got. And Denzel Ward. Man, he's always got little nagging injuries here. Maybe this is the year Miles gets his 20 sacks. Clowney, while he did have some big plays late in the season last year, I felt like throughout most of the season, Clowney was somewhat quiet. Defensive tackle could be questionable. But first and foremost, they got the game against the Panthers and Baker Mayfield. And I don't care if they go 1-16 again. They got to win that game. You know what an insufferable jerk Baker is going to be if they win that game. Back when he was, not that he ever, but, you remember the Hugh Jackson thing, I'm sure, when they won a game against the Bengals. Ran over to the sideline, pointing people down. Shut up, dude. So we cannot have that somehow, some way. I don't care if they just got to give the ball to Chubb every damn time. Eat the clock and win a game 10-3 or something, man. The linebackers, I'm not too worried about them that game. I'm not worried about Jacoby. As long as Jacoby's healthy. Now, if we get down to Josh Dobbs, I'd be concerned. But like I said, I'll take a healthy Jacoby over what we had last year, which was an injured Baker. Everybody seems to like him. All right, so. Okay, so now we're on to Ohio State and Notre Dame. And really, I shouldn't even be doing a preview of this. I don't follow Ohio State in the offseason. Now, if there's big news, like someone transfers or they get a big recruit or someone's injured, something like this, But really, other than what they have coming back from last year, I don't expect a whole lot to change. They should still be able to throw the ball. And they got Travion Henderson. If all else fails, they still have one of the best running backs in the Big Ten, if not the whole country, Last year as a freshman, didn't get the ball a whole lot and still racked up over 1,000 yards with all the stats the receivers put up. Jackson back at wide receiver. Marvin Harrison should have a big year. And then maybe Julian Fleming. This is possibly finally the time for Julian Fleming in his junior year. Highly recruited wide receiver. Now the defense I'm always going to be a little concerned with. I don't know how I feel about the new coordinator. I mean, I'm not super impressed, the defensive coordinator coming from the Big 12. Not a whole lot of defense over there. The 17.5 points, if that is still where it's at, that seems a little bit high, but I think the concern there is probably that Notre Dame just cannot keep up with the Buckeyes offense. They're going to score a lot of points, you would think. I don't know what Notre Dame's defense is bringing, but I don't think they're going to be able to slow Ohio State completely down. You would think maybe 35-24, something like that, 38-20, although that would be a cover. Cover! So I don't really know what the hell I'm talking about. Buckeye fans, I don't even think they care about this channel. Occasionally I get a Browns fan. But ultimately, yes, they're going to beat Notre Dame. I doubt if they'll cover the 17.5 points. Be unfortunate for Coach Freeman and his Notre Dame debut to come out here and get blasted. Or maybe they're for real, man. Maybe that loss to Michigan has them determined, and they are a team on a Michigan and team on a mission, Michigan in, and they come out and beat them. I don't know, fucking 59-10 or something. Now that would be killer. Calling an early night. All right, guys, boom. Nobody made it this far. If you did, thank you so much. Who cares about the Buckeyes on YouTube? Nobody. You know what? Actually, that is not true. After I hit stop there, I realized there really are. There's like 3 really hardcore Buckeye fans. Steely Matt, the Buckeye NC, and shit, that other guy that I'm forgetting. I love you, dude. I'm forgetting you right now, but I know you're hardcore. Boom. You 3 rock.